intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, is the co-host with the most, Jive Turkey Nano. I am never going to get used to that double muting bullshit that StreamYard now does when you cue the intro. Why does it do that? That's such an asinine change.
It's making our lives a little harder out here, but it's keeping us on. Keeping us on our toes, that's for sure. Great to see you, brother.
It's definitely keeping us on our toes.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Got to keep us honest, you know?
Absolutely, man. And yeah, great to see you as well, man. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. It is the Monday of all Mondays, though, right? It's the Monday before Christmas, which means it's a very short work week. It means it's a very easy work week for many of us. And even for those of us like myself that are in a bit of a mad dash to finish off the week, gosh, I can't wait to coast into the sunset that is the holiday break. But I digress. Nano, you have any exciting plans for the holiday?
Man, laying a little bit lower this year. We got a white elephant going on. We're doing some Christmas Eve festivities, and then we'll keep it light here at the house. Got my brother in town, so it's a small but mighty crew this year. Looking forward to a little more of a low-key holiday. I think I am going to have to dress up as Grinch, though, for the kids and get tackled again. But other than that, we're going to just be, holly jolly over here. What about you, brother?
I absolutely love that, man. We don't have a ton going on. We're going to be going over to the ladies' family, going to hang out with those folks, which I love and adore, and do the whole gift exchange, eat probably way too much food, watch the Christmas football game, and do the whole lot. Probably throw the nephews up and down into the air way too much, make them laugh and scream and make their grandma freak out every time I do it. It should be a great time. I'm looking forward to it, obviously. What's up to the folks in the chat? WMC, sup, boys? Sup, you, brother? How you doing, man? How you doing?
WMC.
Hope you were having a great fucking night, my guy. Jake Paul's face looks terrible. Facts, it does. He looks like Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's pretty wild. Bagsky, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Bagsky. Appreciate you. Leandro, Merry Christmas, my guy. Love the little Santa emoji. Grimy, did Nano get evicted? No, just a change of place. As they say, change of pace. Change of place.
Change of place, change of scenery, or lack thereof. I'm just in the other room today. We got the brother and the wife watching a movie. Didn't want to interrupt, so it's just little old me on the screen today. No cool background.
I love that, actually. That was very thoughtful of you. What a nice guy. What a good husband.
Tis the season. Tis the season.
What a good husband. Now, with that being said, folks, we are obviously here to talk about MVP Judgment Day. I mean, great name. And honestly, apropos name, one could say. I mean, it was Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. But before we get into any of that, we have to talk about some of these other bouts, folks. At least the ones that we covered pre-fight night, right? So starting off with Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Those are the sounds her fists made, bouncing off the face of her opponent, Camila Panada. I mean, she was hitting Panada like she was a piñata. Am I right? Come on, guys. But But I mean, Nano, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. What were your thoughts on this fight? Did Sweet Caroline impress you at all? Or did she simply play par for the course in which we expected?
I'd say somewhere in the middle of those two. She went out there, got a decisive, dominant win. The official scorecards are looking like it's a 99-90 across the board. She won at least 9 of those rounds. You got to love it. Yeah, she did everything that we thought she was going to do. The Olympian came in 24 years young, looked fresh as a daisy, looked fast, looked sharp. And like you said, I think there was a real methodical approach to her game. You can tell. But it was, I mean, like we say around here, pillar to post. Absolute great performance by Caroline Dubois. Love what I saw for sure. But what about you, brother? Anything stand out to you? I know we had her going into it. Did we? She sees the moment, biggest stage. Shout out to Netflix for putting on a good show. It was actually entertaining to watch. Not as much of the dead air time and some of that.
I agree.
So I'm loving the production value that we got as well.
Yeah, the pacing was fantastic in comparison to previous cards we've seen. I will definitely say that. And I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, but do you think it had anything to do with the fact that Matchroom Boxing was involved with this one, and it wasn't just MVP Boxing?
It could be. I mean, it very well could be.
Eddie Hearn doesn't play bullshit. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. He's pretty much the best we got in the boxing.
He's the Dana White of boxing.
Let's call it what it is. He's the guy holding it down right now. And yeah, I mean, huge shout out to Jake Paul for having his promotion and getting the job there. But
comment, dude. Dean, shout out Dean MMA. Everyone was giving Jake props for even getting in the ring, but for $90 million, I would fight 3 Anthony Joshuas bare knuckle with 0 experience. I mean, look, he got his jaw snapped, quite frankly, off, right? It broke here and here. So this part of his jaw was effectively detached from his face. But I got to be honest with you, I'd do that. I'd eat through a straw for 4 weeks for $90 million to change the rest of my fucking life. Brother.
Yeah.
Grimy, I think that's where I would draw the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I'd fight him in a kickboxing match, but I would not let him break my legs. I'd check that shit, doggy. Fucking Muay Thai guy over here. But no, I would not let him break my legs. That's pretty wild. Everyone booed Woodley. That was wild. And the ankle tap from Woodley. We're going to get into it, guys. But I digress. On this Sweet Caroline fight, I was whelmed, right? I wasn't like overwhelmed or underwhelmed by her performance. I was simply whelmed, if I'm being honest with you. I thought that there were moments in the match where it seemed like she was playing with her food a little bit. And maybe I'm being a dick, but I genuinely feel like she should have had the prowess to be able to knock that lady out. She did not capitalize on it, but hey, tip my hat to Camila Pinata, right? She went all 20 minutes, all 10 2-minute rounds. So good on her, bro. Good on her. Not going to play matchmaker for a vast majority of these folks, but we will for some of the bigger ones here, for some of the latter end. With that, let's go ahead and jump into the next bout. No. This one was between one of my favorite female boxers currently, Cherneka Sugar Neeks Johnson, coming in against Amanda Gale. Dude, Gale was gritty. She was tough. She was coming in. She was moving forward. She actually busted up Cherneka a little bit, made her bleed her own blood, you know? And she made it a tough fight. She made it a very entertaining fight. But I thought Cherneka seemed to be a step ahead of her for most of the rounds. Like, it was a 10-round fight. I thought Cherneka won 6 or 7 of those rounds pretty handily. But the fact that Amanda Gale was able to come out there and even win a round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds against that shows a lot about her heart and tenacity. So, again, hats off to Amanda Gale, but she could not keep up with the pace or the power of Cherneka Johnson. But again, props on Amanda for staying on her feet and not going down. There were definitely moments where she was wobbled in that, I believe, 8th and 10th round. But man, way to fucking rally, dude. Way to rally. This guy, dude, I would fight post-divorce Taporia for $100K. I would probably sign that dotted line also.
Yeah, I think that's probably more of the ballpark. I would still take that paycheck any day of the week. I'm right there with you, Dean. Although I don't know if my body would agree. I think I may be looking like Jake Paul after that one. Let's be real. Yes, well, I didn't think those were real. I didn't think those were real pictures.
Bro, that's wild. Dude, lazy bet. My guy, you are so cultured. I knew you watched this fucking fight. You degenerate. I love you. Nice bloody war with Cherneka. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I let him smash my legs like Misery. No, Misery! Not the Stephen King movie with Kathy Bates. God, dude, that movie gave me nightmares, I think. I wonder how much jaw surgery costs. Sheesh. I can tell you it is a very, 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 very small percentage of $98 million. That's what he made for that fight. So, Nano, what were your thoughts on Sugar Neeks?
Yeah, man, Sugar Neeks, obviously great to look at, and she checks out as well. She's got the skills. I think she's got the look to go out there and continue to make a name for herself. Big stage, she went out there and got it done. Yeah, it wasn't a landslide by any means. I mean, it was relatively closer than the last fight. Judges did have Gaye winning a few rounds, at least 2 to 3. And to your point, I think in boxing you tend to see this sometimes. It's a gritty sport. It's a tiring sport, and there is a lot of gamesmanship. You see the clinching up and the body grabs and taking their time. I don't love seeing it, but that's part of it. That's part of the process here. And in between those exchanges, you just seen Cherneka ripping the body, going up top, like really fundamentally sound when it comes to the types of strikes she was deploying in this fight. And she went out there and got it done, man. That's the name of the game. Love what I saw. Unanimous. I didn't think it was going any other way. I think it was from the jump. You kind of knew Cherneka had the upper hand. She had the speed advantage. And again, I just think her IQ and her choice of when to go to the body, when to rip upstairs, and when to let him fly were just perfectly executed on her end. Got to tip the cap. She did well. And like I said, I mean, she's somebody that, you know, worth the follow, worth the the fansmanship, because she went out there, whooped some butt. She looked good doing it. So shout out to Cherneka, aka Neeks. Let's go.
Man, what a fun fucking fight. And speaking of fun stuff, Useless, how you doing, brother? Hope you're having a fun Monday night.
What it do?
I would have bet the over on Jake Paul takedown attempts. Oh, you should have. You definitely should have, man. I imagine jaw surgery with missing teeth is upwards of $30K. I would imagine you're probably correct there, Lord of the Pies. I would definitely imagine it is somewhere in that ballpark range. Speaking of ballparks, my guy, let's talk about this fucking uppercut from Anderson, the Spider Silva, coming in against Tyrone Woodley. He gave Tyrone some Tyquil, didn't he? I mean, brother. The heel touch, like everything was perfect. Early in the second round, just about a minute in, Silva taps his lead foot, classic toe tap feint he used back in the MMA days, and then explodes forward with a picture-perfect uppercut that lands flush on Woodley's chin. Woodley's legs go spaghetti wobbles. He is just wobbled bad, right? Silva, being the shark that he is, smells blood in the water and unloads a quick barrage combination. Punt is bouncing off of Woodley's forehead, who tries to clinch in a bear hug on the way down, but just simply falls face first on the mat. And to put it into perspective, right? Like, for context, this fight only happened because Silva was originally supposed to face Chris Weidman, his old UFC rival who snapped his title reign way back in the day. But Weidman pulled out due to an injury, and then in stepped Tyrone Woodley on, I believe, 3 weeks' notice. So hats off to Tyrone Woodley for stepping in on short notice and taking the belt, but I gotta call a spade a spade. Boy, was he outmatched. Boy, was he outclassed. And boy, did he got beat up by fucking Anderson Silva, brother. I mean, he was already 0-2 against Jake Paul. He's just got to stop boxing at this point, I think. Meanwhile, Anderson Silva, I mean, if he says he's fighting again, I'll watch. I'll definitely fucking watch. Nano, what were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, man, it was an interesting bout. My thoughts were going into it like, man, do we really want to see this? Is this what's going to give us our money's worth? You know, 2 OG, triple, quadruple OGs. Real quick, Lord of the Pies. I thought you were going to say uppercut from Jason Demoor. LOL. That was probably the most shocking thing this weekend, was that verdict of that fight there. Shout out Lord of the Pies for bringing that one up. We'll certainly touch on it. Yeah, and I think Grimy hit it on the head. Woodley's chin is obviously gone. Anderson still got that dog in him. I mean, significantly older than his opponent, but still has so much class, so much gamesmanship, and even how he landed the knockout punch, grabbing the ankle, giving a little bit of extra, value, giving us a little extra, okay, like some swagger in there. He's really feeling himself, and he got it done, man. I mean, you got to get the shot out. I mean, you land the right punch at the right time. Opponent doesn't see it. And that's all she wrote. Shout out Lazy Bet MMA. Dude Wipes has the most has made the absolute most of their advertising budget by repeatedly putting their logo on the butt of Tyrone's trunks. Finds himself ass up in every fight. Well said, Lazy Bet. And shout out to the marketing and advertising team at Dude Wipes. They're doing it right. That is good. Good,
it's top tier marketing, kids.
That is elite.
And they probably got it for a fair price, for bargain, as they say in the marketing biz. Oh my goodness, man. With that, we move into this triple title co-headliner between Alycia Baumgardner, the bomb, coming in against Leda Baudouin. I mean, 12 3-minute rounds in women's boxing. We don't usually get 3-minute rounds in women's boxing, right? But we did, and it was interesting. They said numerous times throughout the broadcast that they had landed as many strikes in the 3-minute rounds as they averaged in 2-minute rounds after they had already gone like 6 or 7 rounds. So, I mean, come on, bro. Like, maybe we shouldn't do 3-minute rounds, but at the same time, I'm for it simply because it makes things more equal, and we get to see what these women really have in the tank, right? Like, I say all the time, 3-minute rounds are too short. Right when these guys start to get warmed up and going, they have to, hear the bell and then start over for the next time. Find that range again. 3-minute rounds for women's boxing definitely makes sense, especially in a title fight. So I had no problem with it. It was a very fun fight to watch, but I have poured up a shot for Anderson Silva because I feel like it's just, as Jorge Masvidal would say, absolutely necessary now.
Super necessary.
Super necessary, bro. Super necessary. Teen MMA says, I've seen enough. Woodley versus Anthony Joshua next. Yeah, why not, man? Why not?
I understand.
I get it.
I've seen enough. All right, folks. If you're drinking, drink with us. If not, that's fine too. Make sure you stay hydrated. Huh? Drink some water. Either way, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications, and cheers. Let's go, folks. That good. Nano, what were your thoughts on this Baumgardner fight?
Yeah, man. This one felt a little bit whelming, right? I think we were hoping to see a little bit more fireworks, especially early on. But Alycia was smart, and I think she understood the assignment, right? Like,
sorry, one sec. I have to address this. Lazy Bet MMA said, "Did you guys hear Silva say he's going to become a cop in LA?" I did hear that, and my first thought was, "Holy shit, we might actually get to see him versus John Jones." Continue, Nano.
Ooh, hey, maybe. Yeah, man. No, hey, shout out Silva. Wants to keep finding the good fight. Maybe him and Moicano can be a good cop, bad cop, or the next budding UFC cop. I don't even know, movie, podcast, whatever you want to do. I would definitely pay to see them in the same room, and I would not want to get pulled over by those guys, or maybe I would actually. Let's be real. Yeah, man. No, this was a fun bout. Alycia is every bit of what we thought she is. She went out there, decisive victory. 117 to 110 on 2 scorecards, 118 to 109. Her opponent had some moments, but I think the speed advantage was obvious. And like I was saying earlier, I think the idea that they were going the 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, a lot of fighting. She definitely was playing the long game here and didn't want to make sure she gassed out or gave her opponent any sliver of hope. And so, yeah, I thought at times there were some lulls, but overall, good bout. And, champion performance here by Alycia. And, yeah, it was solid co-main event.
This comment is amazing. Imagine Anderson Silva and Steven Seagal pulling you over for a DUI. After reading that comment, Dean, I got to be honest with you. The only thing I can imagine is just I want to see an episode of Cops just following those two in a car together for a day. We hunting this one guy. He got a druggy and a gunsy. We're gonna get him. We're gonna take him out. We're gonna show him how it was when the West was wild. You know what I'm saying? That would be the best and worst buddy cop thing you've ever fucking seen.
Not a dull moment, I'll tell you that much.
When the cop walked up and it was Silva, you'd think you were being punked or something. 100%. Do you know how fast you were going? Oh, man. Hey. Dude, I don't think I'm subscribed to you. Just Bleed Radio? I need to make sure I subscribe, dog.
You got to.
Let's go. 2 arms, 2 legs. It's normal. It's normal. I say that is normal line all the fucking time. So yeah, we won't dwell too much longer on this Alycia Baumgardner fight. I thought she did just enough to beat Layla Baudouin, not much more. The judges actually gave Layla like 4 rounds. I thought that was crazy. I gave her 2, but that was me being nice, you know? That's a good skit. I'm sure Jose Cuervo will be all over this.
Probably.
Please, God, put that out into the world.
Someone's listening. Oh, yeah, they're listening.
You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, I thought it was a fun enough fight. The same with her as with Caroline Dubois. I just thought there were moments where they both seemed to be playing with their food and holding back a little bit. And hey, maybe they were just conserving for the gas tank or the gas tank for the later rounds. But either way, like, gotta go out there and put it all out there. Jake Paul put it all out there more than they did, I feel, sometimes. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about it. No, we got to talk about this main event between Jake the Snake Paul coming in against Anthony AJ Joshua. Man, oh, Manowitz. He went from fighting a guy that was, 20, 30 pounds lighter than him in his average weigh-ins to fighting a guy that is 80 pounds heavier than that guy he was originally set to face. So to say that he's facing a dude that's at least 2 weight classes heavier than him is not a stretch by any means of the imagination. And to say that this is the biggest step up in competition we've ever seen him have, let alone any fighter have, outside of maybe CM Punk, is again not a stretch of the imagination. Now, I know people are saying, hey, people are saying he's brave, but I would take that fight for $90 million too. We all would. But most celebrities who already have tons of money and millions of dollars don't necessarily need the $90 million. They would not. And Jake took this fight and he got his fucking jaw snapped in half. And he lasted longer than Francis Ngannou. Some people were saying that Anthony Joshua looked like he was pulling his punches. I agree he was not punching as hard as he was against Vladimir Klitschko. But that was also like 10 years ago, right? I do think he was throwing the same wild straight shots and wild looping hooks that he was throwing against Francis Ngannou. The difference is he had a guy that was almost 100 pounds lighter than him in there, or typically walks around 100 pounds lighter than him in there, that was very light on his feet, was dancing around the ring. And as I believe it was, who was it earlier that pointed it out? Was it Grimy that pointed out how large the fucking ring was earlier? The ring was extremely large. So yeah, it served him purpose. He was able to run around a little bit, right? WMC, Jake ran away longer than Francis Ngannou. Exactly. Just how good is Andy Ruiz? Brother, chef's kiss of a comment. I had this conversation driving home. That's the thing, bro. Like, Jake still, even with the power shot, did not get knocked out, right? His jaw broke and his body would not listen to his brain and get back up, which makes sense. But he did not get knocked out. It was like Ronda Rousey against Amanda Nunes. His body gave out on him before his brain did. He was willing himself to stay in there as long as he very much could. So I tip my hat to Jake Paul. Will I say he's the bravest man in the world for taking the fight? No, he got paid $98 million to take the fucking fight. Like, great job. But again, I earned more respect for him in this loss than I have in any of his wins. And I say that wholeheartedly. And I've got to tell you, Nano, from a marketing perspective, I'm just gonna put my marketing hat on real quick here. Look, bro, what has he said for the last 6 years? I will become a boxing world champion and I will beat Canelo Alvarez someday. And I will stand with some of the best boxers and I will fight the same fight that I always do. Well, he's already checked one of those things off. And by doing it against a guy that typically fights, 50 pounds, 60 pounds heavier than Canelo Alvarez? Are you going to say that Canelo would kill him anymore? Because I'm not.
I mean, it certainly begs the question. I think, yeah, no, I mean,
if
Jake
Joshua
Paul
didn't fucking knock him out or like do severe damage, I mean, he broke his jaw, sure. We've seen that happen in MMA fights to guys that are very well trained. So, brother, like, I mean, if he's calling for Canelo Alvarez, I think he gets that fight in the next 2 years when Canelo wants some more money. And I'd be hard pressed to say that he does worse than he did against Anthony Joshua. So good on him, bro. I tip my hat.
He put himself in a good spot. Put himself in a great spot. I think a lot of it too is all about the lead and the build up. I mean, he was supposed to fight a Gervonta Davis. That didn't pan out. Maybe they run it back at some point, but I don't think the appetite's there for someone like myself and maybe for the general public. But shout out Anthony Joshua stepping up on short notice to save the card. And then again, I appreciate the buildup. You know, Jake Paul is great at marketing, great at putting himself out there. He's a little silly in some of the standoffs and things like that, which whatever. He wants to be self-deprecating at putting the stomach out, looking up to him. Obviously, he's big as hell. So I didn't like all the gamesmanship. I didn't like the buildup to this fight. Then obviously, as it's happening, loved everything about the walkout. Loved how Jake Paul reminisced or threw some homage to what it is to be American.
I am a real American.
Oh man, shout out Hulk Hogan, RIP. I loved everything about it, man. Like, he sells fights. He's someone that is must-watch TV, polarizing in the truest sense. And then the fight happened, right? And I think the general public, even some like my wife's just like, oh, like we said, he's running a lot. That he being Jake Paul requested the ring to be that size. I don't know if that's above regulation. 22 feet certainly looked bigger, and based on how he was moving around in there, probably was not regulation size. So that is interesting how you can make those changes. You know, it's the UFC, the Apex, that's a little bit smaller, but it's typically always the same. So I thought that was interesting. And it looked every bit as big as.
According to Grok, IBF usually does 16 to 20 feet. WBA, WBO typically is 18 to 22 feet. WBC is 18 to 24 feet. Most frequent for pro fights is 20 by 20.
Okay. So he probably requested to get that maxed out per whatever rules he could. And obviously Joshua agreed to it, and that's fine.
But hey, again, respectfully, if I can interject here, like, how often have we seen fighters say that they don't want to fight in the Apex because they don't want the smaller cage? It limits their movement. Yeah, that's a professional move, bro. That's not a bitch move.
No, and he was doing the right thing. I mean, let's be real. You know, we're all John about getting in there. I would probably be doing the same exact thing. You got a big behemoth of a man absolutely stalking you. And that's all we saw for really the first 3-4 rounds. It was hardly any punches thrown, a lot of stalking, a lot of just 1-1s, 1-2s, 2-1s, duck underneath. Jake landed a couple shots, but they weren't doing anything to Anthony Joshua. And that was really the big answer I wanted to see going in is Jake Paul going to be able to land something? And if he does, is Anthony Joshua's shin going to hold up? And both of those were answered right away, which then made me feel like it's going to be a long night for a Jake Paul. And yeah, I mean, I think we all agree, like, we probably could have seen or felt like Anthony Joshua really could have applied some pressure, made it a slugfest, and got him out of there in that first round. But then you hear what Anthony Joshua says after, and then it makes more sense, right? The idea that, oh, I'm going to just get him into deep waters. I want him to be tired. I know what that feeling is like after 4, 5, 6 rounds. And as soon as I see him fade and I see that look in his eyes, I'm going to go in for the kill. That's exactly what he did. Yes, it was not the most fun fight for those first few rounds. I mean, literally, I think there might have been a handful of punches a round. But all it takes is one with someone like Anthony Joshua in front of you. And again, you got to give credit where it's due. Jake Paul looked great for as long as he could. You got caught up in a corner, got gassed out, kept the hands down just enough for that right hand to land, snapped his head back. You see Jake's reaction. He went from doing the to whoa, shit. Okay.
He turned from Hulk Hogan to Ric Flair real quick. Woo! we said.
That was wow. That is a heavyweight punch right there. So
a nasty one right there, baby.
Yeah, that was much harder than any training partner he had. Let's be real. Yeah, man. I mean, I loved everything about it, and respect for each other after. That's what it's really all about. At the end of the day, you can hate them, you can love them, but you gotta respect them. And both guys showed the gamesmanship after. And then Anthony Joshua's back in it. I think he's at a point now in his career. He's might as well go for the money fights. I think a Tyson Fury would be a great matchup for an Anthony Joshua. Maybe you're running back with the Andy Ruiz. Although if you're AJ, I don't think you want to run it back with Andy. Like you said, he's a powerhouse. He's built.
He beat him. He beat him in the rematch already. So I mean, I think he'd be willing to. They're 1-1 now, so it would be a trilogy, which would be fun. I think the one he would want to get back if he could would be against Alexander Usyk. He's lost to him 2 in a row.
Does he?
But again, I don't know if you're Usyk. Yeah. I don't know if you take that fight. There's no reasoning for you.
I mean, it's he didn't beat a heavyweight, right? I mean, you got to take notoriety wise. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking purely money signs here,
give him Logan.
Hey, well, that was what I was thinking about after. I was like, there was a little bit. He tried to steal the chain, but I think Logan does not want.
Give Logan.
I think Jake beats Logan, if we're being real. Like, I mean,
100%. That's the fight I want to see, if I'm being honest, for Jake. I want to see Jake versus Logan. That put the most asses in seats. Dean MMA here said, also almost 4 hours for 9 fights was atrocious. Boxing needs to pace fights like the UFC does. I got to be honest with you, Dino. I disagree with you here. I thought this was the best paced boxing event I may have ever seen. And thank you for summing it up so perfectly. 4 hours for 9 fights. To put that in perspective, since you said they need to follow the UFC's structure, last time I watched a UFC card, I think it was 12 or 13 fights in 7 hours. So the pacing is better for boxing in those, if my math is mathing in that equation there. Boxing is boring as it is, so they need to get them in and out more quickly, says Dean MMA. I mean, it's not as exciting as MMA, right? Especially if you're an MMA purist, and I get that. I grew up watching boxing with my grandpa, so I'll always like both. But again, I thought it was reasonably timed. WMC, I only watched the main card, but I thought the pacing was reasonable. I agree. I thought the pacing was very reasonable. What's up, Capitan? El Capitan Rafucho, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great Monday, and happy holidays to you and your family, dude. Yeah, so I'll say 2 things. One, I thought the pacing on this card was extremely, extremely good. I thought it was the best paced boxing card I've ever seen or have seen in recent years. And it is definitely the best paced MVP card I've ever seen. And then the other thing I'll say is possibly a hot take or a not shared opinion across the board here, but I'm just going to say it at the risk of putting my foot in my mouth. I wish we had the U.S. national anthem and any country competing's national anthem, at the very least, to start the UFC card. They do it before the main event fights on these boxing cards, and I think it's very beautiful. It's a great representation of the people that we're watching go out there and shed blood, sweat, and tears for us on that canvas. It's the least we can do. And, like, I don't know about you, but I'm that guy that still stands up and puts my hand over my chest whenever they play the fucking national anthem. So, like, I love that. I have pride in that, and UFC wants to be respected as a Big 5 sport. Tell me the last time you went to a baseball game or a soccer game or a football game where they don't start with the national anthem of the teams.
That's facts. Even in baseball, you get the 7th inning stretch. So, I mean,
like, you want the respect, you got to play the rules. So I'd love to see that in the UFC. I'd love to see that in more MMA. God bless America.
Goddamn right.
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Goddamn right.
And God bless whatever country you're from. You know what I'm saying? God bless all the lands. Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
Hell yeah.
Terrorist, your game is through, cause now you have to answer to America! Fuck yeah! So lick my butt and suck on my balls! Never forget the golden era of combat sports back in the 90s when UFC was starting. Dude, 100%, El Capitan. 100%. USA. Let's go, WMC. See, the people are with it. I thought that was going to be a hotter take than it was. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on into the next boxing event that we're going to cover. Since, there's no UFC for 6 weeks and we're sad.
So it sounds like we want Canelo next for Jake Paul. Is that the consensus?
I'm happy with that. I mean, Canelo or Logan.
Logan would be good. I do like Canelo as well.
Happy with Logan.
Man, What about an Alex Pereira?
What?
Hear me out. Hear me
I have a
out.
better one. I have a better one for you.
Talk to me.
Dustin Poirier
Oh.
versus Jake Paul.
Well, I want Dustin to get the payday, so let's see that.
Dustin Poirier versus Jake Paul. He's going to mispronounce the name all month and call him Poirier. And then he's going to get knocked out.
Ooh, a little cruiserweight, freaking DP. Ooh, just walk in there with some slick hands. Oh, baby.
Wait.
That'd
Let's
be a
go.
good one. That'd be a good one. Jake Paul mentioned wanting to get back into cruiserweight. I mean, I was looking at the list of contenders.
Rob Rex has been here for 32 seconds and he's already fucking just burning the keyboard right now. Darren Till versus Jake Paul. I thought you said spa. I'm going to go for the spa.
Double R, more like double U's. That's a W win right there. I like that a lot. Darren Till, proper shout. And he will sell the fight, too. Darren Till will make it a great presser and everything. Lean into that one. Excuse me. I like it. I like it. And WMC
Jake Paul versus Rey Mysterio. Senior?
Senor or Senor?
Not even junior?
El Jefe.
I'm sorry. The Jake Paul fighting old people thing, it was just low hanging fruit. I apologize.
Hey, you gotta capitalize.
Too easy. So Nano, let's talk about this next one, brother. You know what? Do you want to start at the top of this card or the first fight of the card that we're going to talk about here?
Is the first one our boy El Cucuy?
El Cucuy.
And perhaps let's start. Let's do that. Let's start at the bottom.
Let's start at the good. And then we'll get to the better. So Tony Ferguson makes his second walk in boxing to face undefeated up-and-comer Warren Spencer, who holds the Misfits belt. And ultimately, Tony Ferguson goes out there and just puts on a fucking masterclass, right? Oh, shout out Pips Piano Tips. Let's go. WMC, can you do the channel share for Pips Piano Tips? This is Alex Pip. He's starting a piano channel. I may or may not have nudged him in the direction of doing so because he's such a fucking badass on the keys. I mean, it had to be Pips Piano Tips or tapping the keys with AP. But I mean, come on, make sure you drop that guy a like, a comment, a sub. I don't know if he has any videos up quite yet, but if he does, comment on those motherfuckers, folks. You know the drill. You know the deal. And let's jump into this Tony Fergs fight. Dude, I mean, the distance control, the way he was slipping and ripping, landing uppercuts just right outside of the fucking pocket. Dude, he looked nasty with him, my guy. I'm pouring up another shot for this guy because, I mean, it's Tony Ferguson. Yeah. It's 2025, and he just got a belt wrapped around him. Not only did he get a win, but he got a fucking belt wrapped around him.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, it's wild. Hey, first video is up. I'm going to have to go check it out after this, brother. And yeah, me too. I love piano as well, WMC. So definitely check out that channel. NF Home. He's learning how to play the NF song Home.
Ooh, nice.
It's fire.
Oh, NF. Oh, yeah, that's good.
It's fire, dude.
Shout out Pips.
So, Nano, what were your thoughts on this Tony Ferguson fight as we do this shot? And to the people, we say cheers.
Salute. Salute. To all of y'all and to El Cucuy, baby. I'll tell you what. I was shooketh, my brother. I was shooketh. I didn't know. I didn't know El Cucuy still had that kind of power, that kind of stamina. And I think a lot of it has to do with his unorthodox fight style. That was his bread and butter in the UFC, not knowing where he's going to be throwing his punches, weird angles, really hard to get reads on, doesn't do things by the book. Hard to replicate, right? I mean, how is his opponent going to find, Warren Spencer? How are you going to train for an El Cucuy? Like, there's just nobody that can replicate that style, especially without throwing the shades of blaze. Am I right? But man, what a performance by El Cucuy! I think it's one of those things where hopefully this gives some other elder UFC guys, some OGs, maybe a little more willing on the back nine of their career to go into the other ring and go out there and test their skills. I love the wrestling matchups and stuff like that, but I want to see these guys get in this boxing arena. Bring that sport back to life a little bit. Give us fans what we want to see and let the world know, right? I mean, granted, we're talking Misfits boxing here. We're not talking WBO. We're not talking, the big leagues in that sense. Obviously, I'm not saying throw El Cucuy into the ranked, opponent pool by any means, but he trains with Goggins. He's got that heart. He's got the skill set. Obviously, we were worried about the chin. Obviously, we were worried about the age. But that was not a factor come Saturday night. El Cucuy went out there, got it done, and really probably should have got the TKO KO victory, but very close. Warren Spencer, dog, able to get back up. But yeah, even the shot that knocked him down, I mean, it was thrown at El Cucuy's hip. Tony Ferguson's throwing a right counter when his hands are down. That is just, how do you train for that? It's unorthodox, and that's El Cucuy, baby. That's why we love him. That's why we love this guy. Yeah, it was fun. It was a great bout, and I'm shocked. I mean, I did not have that on my bingo card. What about you, brother? How'd you feel? What did you see? And what were your initial thoughts here? Give it to us, no filter, as we like to say around here. Come on.
Yeah, man, honestly, perfectly said by you, bro. Like, I thought it was just a beautiful performance, start to finish, pillar to post, as we say. And I couldn't tell you he could have done anything better outside of getting an absolute finish in there, right? The dude is a beast. He seemingly is getting better when it comes to boxing, right? And we all know boxing is significantly easier on the body in comparison to MMA, right? You're not tearing your body apart to do wrestling. And we all know, again, that wrestling, jiu-jitsu, snap-jitsu is kind of what Tony Ferguson became famous for or well known for. So believe me when I tell you, boxing might be for Tony Ferguson, and 41 might be the new fucking 30. Which makes the next fight so much funnier for me, right? Tony Ferguson is 41 years old, went out there and beat an up-and-coming beast in Warren Spencer and made him look silly on wobbly legs multiple times. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate's like, I went out there and I tried. I realized that 40 is not fighting age, but, at least I tried. I didn't just sit on the couch and wonder what if. I went out there and I tried. Bro, the guy at your own promotion right before you is older than you and won a belt. What are you talking about? And then he's like, to all you people laughing at me sitting on your couch, just know that I actually bet, what did he say, like $800,000 on myself to lose. And so now I'm up 88 million quid. So for all of you people laughing, I'll be laughing myself to the bank. Bro, so you're admitting to fight fixing? If you bet on yourself to lose and then you get beat by a guy that's less than you, that's a bum, as you called him, doesn't know how to box or fight, as you said. What exactly are you saying? And you're the owner of the promotion? It's kind of fishy, big dog. Feels kind of fishy. Jake Paul KO'd. T. Ferg is a world champ. Andrew Tate got beat up. Yoel Romero won his first wrestling match in 20 years. Anderson Silva styling to W's at 50 years old. 2025 is ending on a wild note. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you have Instagram, but if you do, please follow me, my friend, so we can chat on there. I literally posted today. Jake Paul got knocked out. Andrew Tate begged on his knees. Tony Ferguson won. Anderson Silva won. The world is healing. You know what I mean? 2026 is going to be great. I can just feel it.
Absolutely. It's getting back on course. Here we go.
Tony is undefeated in 2025. Christmas has come early. My goodness, brother. I think it truly has. Christmas truly has come early.
Tony was definitely on Santa's nice list. I can say that. Good shout.
Perfect timeline is Tony goes on a 12-fight win streak in boxing and ends his career KOing Jake Paul. Shut the front door.
Oh, now we're talking.
That's fine, bro.
Fuck,
that is.
Jake, I don't know, man. Jake's on a different. It's different, man. It's different. Jake did earn enough respect for me to say, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's not keep throwing them our legends to go out there and die on their sword. Jeez.
I don't want to see that. I'll be honest.
I don't want to see it. No, I don't want to see it. Let's be real. But maybe Chase. I mean, we're not talking about that one yet, but that might be something to mull over. But yeah, I mean, it's you either got it or you don't. And Tony, at a minimum, we knew he was not going to gas out. That's the thing. Like, he's got that.
He's a cardio king,
he's built
bro.
different. He is cardio king.
He is a cardio king, bro. He weaponized cardio before Colby Covington even knew what MMA was.
Facts.
Brother,
Since we were in middle school,
I'm so sorry to tell you. Like,
Jeez.
Tony has always been that guy. Before he made it to the UFC, he was already weaponizing cardio in a very bad way for his opponents, right? The opposition never liked it. Hey, Uncle Olin, you gave me a timeout for the chat for saying Jake Paul versus Tony. Don't hype it up. Whoa, I give you a timeout? I tried to give you moderator. No. I meant to give you the wrench. Yeah. Sorry, I hit the wrong button the first time, I think, maybe. My bad, Doug. So check it out. To put it into perspective, I ordered a new mouse and Compton on the company bill today. To put into perspective why this kind of thing keeps happening, right? Even that in the mute. Do you see how worn out the clicker on my mouse is? Have you ever even seen that?
That finger,
like,
I don't know if I've ever seen a finger mark on a mouse like that. That is way
brother,
hair.
Brother, this is the personal mouse and the work mouse. I've got the big screen. I've got my personal screen. I've got my work screen. And I'm just like constantly fucking, I'm working, bro. So
like 20,000 clicks on that guy. I'm surprised it's so
I'm telling you, bro, at least. I'm stoked about the new mouse and keyboard setup I have, though. It has extra buttons on the mouse
the
and
ergonomic
the keyboard.
one.
I got the ergonomic one, and then my keyboard has a slot, so I can stack my phone in it. So that way, if I want to have something on my phone or on my tablet, like for stats when I'm in a meeting, I can have it propped up.
Prop it up. Fuck.
My little talk track. It's gonna be so nice, dude.
That's a good keyboard. That's a good one.
It'll be here tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Ho ho ho, baby! Come on.
Yeah. Oh man, I got the company card connected to the Amazon Prime too, so I can just order shit and not have to worry about comping it or anything. It just instantly gets comped. So stoked. I'm buying a new chair tomorrow. I'm figuring it out. So if you have any chair recommendations or any other random office supplies you think MMA Anomaly should have, let me know. Also going to be buying a new screen because this one's pretty dated. It's like 7 or 8 years old. So folks, any monitor recommendations? I have a decent per diem to use up here. Now, Pip, the reason I gave you the wrench, my guy, is this. I want you to copy the link to your YouTube channel and post that in the comments, and it won't let you do that unless you're a moderator. So I wanted to make you a moderator anyways. So you are now a moderator, and post that goddamn link, my guy. Lazy Bed MMA said, I have an oddball parent for Tony. Hear me out. Another guy similar age, not exactly a boxer, much like Tony, but a killer who'd be a fun fight. Oh, I hate you because I love this so much. Carlos, the natural born killer, Condit versus Tony Ferguson in Misfits Boxing. Sign me up. Another one that I actually had the idea for is I'm going to throw, I hate to use the same name and be that recycle guy, but Dustin Poirier versus Tony Ferguson. We never got to see it in MMA, and they were in the same weight class. And now boxing is a good thing, you know? Let's go. Oh, sorry, WMC. I thought maybe you missed it when I had said that earlier. But yeah, if you can post it, brother. Wait. I just want somebody to post Pip's Piano Tips YouTube channel so that we can all get subbed over there, bro. And I'm not talking about getting choked out. You feel me?
I think mixed up. That is where I went.
Bad jokes. You know, I gotta do a bad joke in this once a show. Now we got to talk about this Chase Demoor. Speaking of bad things, Chase Demoor, the heartthrob from Perfect Match on Netflix, coming in against Andrew Woman Hate Tate. I mean, this guy has made his entire persona on being an alpha male who just would kill anybody in a fight. And now he's trying to be the WWE style baby face and dial it back and be like, well, you know, at least I tried. I went in there at 40 years of age and I put it all on the line against a very game competitor that was a world champion, and he's a belt holder. He's not just some slum off the couch. He's a good fighter. Brother, all week, all month, you've been saying he's a shit fighter, that he doesn't know how to throw a proper jab to save his life. What are you saying? So, I mean, not only take the lead on this one, I'm curious. A, are you thrilled with the result of seeing Andrew Tate get beat in a weird way? And B, how shocked were you with the way that fight played out?
Oh, I mean, on a scale of 10, I was 9.9 shocked here. I thought Andrew Tate had no business losing this fight. You see all the clips with Chase and his lack of boxing skills, to be frank. Yeah, Lethal Sugar, bottom G, indeed. Bottom lowercase G. You can't even give him the capital G anymore. He is just a straight goober at this point. I don't want to harp too much on him. Especially going into it. Like, you see all the press conferences, you see Chase talking about the Bugatti and all this, that, the other, the third. And Tate's just his kind of cool, calm demeanor. Like, all right, we'll see when we get in there, whatever. And I like the stoicism. I thought that was going to give him that. Like, I thought maybe there's something he knew that we all assumed as well, is that he comes.
CEO was acting like he already had the script.
Man, and I'll tell you what, it was obvious. I mean, somewhere through that first, maybe even, for sure the second round, like, dude was walking on stilts. And that was not a good look. And yeah, his muscles and his physique look the part. But he's smoking all the cigars. Like, is he really living that same lifestyle? Is he actually putting in the work that a boxer shape needs to be in? You can go run a mile here and there, but no, it's different. You need to have next level cardio. You need to have next level stamina, endurance, all the above. And it was obvious Andrew did not have that. He mentioned the age, which, yeah, I think we could all agree. It's like, come on, that's not a proper excuse. You should go out there and be able to go beat your opponent. And it felt like, I don't know, I thought the kickboxing was going to help him, but in some of the scenarios, they're up close. He's doing good at grabbing the hands and moving around and dodging some of the punches. But once he lost his legs, it's like, all right, it's pretty much over from that point. But that, in that kind of setting, in a kickboxing arena, I think had he had access to all of his tools, he probably would have been a little bit better off. But you limit a handyman to just a wrench, and yeah, not be able to do all the same things you have been able to do in other disciplines.
To play devil's avocado here, I would propose all the opposite factors about Tony Ferguson. His worst facet in MMA was his hands, and he's a year older than Andrew Tate and has worse cardio probably. But somehow this old man seemingly has better cardio. At this age of 41, he doesn't need his legs or elbows, knees, and toes. Oh my! He just needs his hands. Does Tony Ferguson? And like this comment I've got to pull up. Useless said, "I feel like Tate's chin is gone. He ate an uppercut and his legs went out bad." So I'm going to agree with you in the fact that his chin is gone, but I don't think that was the biggest tale or the biggest understanding thing that we learned in this fight. I think the biggest thing that we learned in this fight is that Tate does not have great head movement or footwork. The angles he was cutting, the head movement that he was doing, it was so exaggerated, bro. It's like week one boxing shit.
Yeah, it's just like if a guy off the street is just dicking, and like it's like you just
like when you slip a punch, you're supposed to barely move. You're supposed to do this, so that way when this guy's punch is coming and he's turning that hand over, right? If you do this, his hand is hitting yours, whether it's here or here. And it's bouncing off. And then as it bounces off, whoosh, you come back with your own.
Yeah.
This guy was literally doing this. Turning his whole ass side the other way. Doing a 90-degree pivot. Like a mediocre boxing coach will tell you not to do that. He'll be like, hey, you don't have to do all that. You just barely turn. You just put You put a window block here, and you do this guy. And then you're good to go. Like, you don't have to do all this additional bullshit, right? So it was just such exaggerated movements, and it really shows a lot of the amateur tendencies that he's been able to get away with simply due to the factor of who he's facing, the level of competition in which he's faced previously. So, let's see real quick.
It was tough.
Do you guys think Yoel Romero versus Bo Nickel rebooked January 10th? Who wins? RAF Wrestling. I think Yoel Romero beats him. And I do think they rebooked that. Yeah. Yoel just won the RAF fucking match against someone even better than Bo, in my opinion.
Oh, shit. Like an actual wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
world-class wrestling.
That makes me second guess. Gut reaction, I'm going Bo. I think, especially in the game, not the game, but in the sport of wrestling, I mean, we just saw what happened to Bilal. Like, if you lose a millisecond of a step, these young guys, man, it's a young man sport. You got to have that explosion. Everyone has the technique. That's obvious. But you got to have that explosion. You got to have that fifth gear. I think Bo still has that. Yoel, and Bo did it at the highest level. I mean, he was 4-time state champion at Penn State. Like, dude was a prodigy. Probably could have went to the Olympics if he really wanted, but he chose MMA. Yoel is a freak of nature. Let's call it what it is. He is one of one. I mean, literally built different, this guy, Yoel Romero. But we're just talking wrestling, and what is he, 50, 45? I mean, he's old now. I think Bo should go out there and get it done. He'll be close. I wouldn't be surprised if Yoel scores some points, or it is a gritty, close matchup. But hard for me to bet against a Bo Nickel in that kind of setting. And we're talking wrestling here.
And I will say, like, I'm saying Bo Nickel is not as good at this as Pat Downey. He's actually beaten Pat Downey twice. However, that was in 2017 and 2020. And Bo Nickel has turned down multiple rematch offers against him since. So I humbly believe that there's reason for that, right? So Pat Downey has improved significantly. And that motherfucker that was built in a Cuban lab proved that he was indeed built in a Cuban lab. And he just made all of those aspirations for an RAF run for Pat Downey disappear into the wind, my friends. Now, what should be next for Chase Demoor? No, before we move on from this, right? Because what should be next for Andrew Tate is fucking retirement. Like, I don't care to see the guy in there again. Chase Demoor, I don't care to see again as well, but he did win the fight. We got to play matchmaker to an extent, so I'm going to throw something crazy out, Nano. Throw something very crazy out. So Sean Strickland can't fight in the U.S. currently because of his suspension. He needs to make money. And Sean Strickland tweeted post-fight about what type of belt holder Andrew Tate was and says, now you all see that this a holding that belt means absolutely nothing. Guy's fake, blah, blah, blah. And then Chase Demoor said, you're fake. I'd beat your ass. Box me. Chase Demoor versus Sean Strickland. Boxing match.
Shit.
Sign me up.
I would sign that petition. Is Dana going to go for it? I think that's obviously the big barrier here. Is he suspended? Is Sean still suspended?
He's suspended in the U.S. Yeah.
In the U.S. Got it.
Yeah. This is a perfect comment. Oh, man. Lazy Betty. Again, please follow me on Instagram. I posted something about this today, too. I think this was actually the video I posted with it. Tate has a perfectly fine fighting style and foot movement for fighting his usual opposition. The poor, sedated Romanian women he holds against their will. Piece of human garbage. Yeah. The video clip I posted with that caption I said earlier was a clip of him talking about a woman calling him out for cheating and him holding her up with a machete and then choking her. And then it's a clip of him fighting Chase Demoor and getting dropped on his knees. And it's saying him versus women versus him versus men. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. Useless said, Sean has a fight with Fluffy booked, but that's a banger scrap. I like it. Oh, does he? I did not realize that they had lifted that fucking suspension. Good for him. Or maybe it's not on U.S. soil. I'll have to look into that. You always created a Soviet lab in Cuba. 100% WMC. He is literally a lab baby. No. Continue. I didn't mean to kick you off your bar.
No, I appreciate it. No, I love the banter. And shout out to the comment section here, keeping it lively and thrively. Yeah, man. I mean, with Andrew Tate, it was obvious, like he was just trying to find the money shot. And we're talking about like, hey, drills and just this, that, little subtleties. Like there's a reason why every boxer puts that rope, across kind of the shoulder level, and they just practice just moving forward right here, just up, over, minimal movement, but just that little rock is all Andrew really needed, with just trying to establish a jab or something. He wasn't able to, and really it should have been done early on, but it just felt like every time he was trying to punch, he's leaving himself completely exposed, not fundamentally sound, and then he's trying to come back with the overhand right. Chase is already, a step ahead. I think he landed maybe one or two of those that didn't really do much. And then that fifth round, mouth open, which is, we all know if you got the mouth open with the mouthpiece, it is bad news bears for you. And then he gets hit with the uppercut. You got to give credit where it's due, man. Chase hung in there. Like he showed every bit of heart and showed that focusing in on one discipline of just boxing really goes a long way. And I think Andrew Tate, maybe when he got the call, probably started a little camp, did a little bit of this, that, the other, but we know his lifestyle. We know his priorities. We know he's always got a cigar in his mouth. Like all that. He's not Carlos Prates. Come on. You can't be out there just smoking the cigarettis and act like you're going to be able to go out into a 6. I mean, it was 6 rounds. We're not even talking a full fight here, y'all. Yeah, it was tough to watch. And, man, I mean, I guess the less skilled just fighter overall, not talking boxing here, but just a less skilled fighter got the job done, and you got to get credit where it's due. So we love boxing. Anyone could go out there, throw their 1-2s and see who's the better man that day. And it was Chase. I got to pour up a shot because I was wrong. I was super fucking wrong. And in terms of what's next, a Jake Paul could be fun. A Jake Paul could be really fun. I think that's a great bout for a Jake Paul. I haven't liked the Darren Till shout out. I mean, Darren Till is somebody that fits both boxes. He's somebody that's enigmatic, where he can go and fight a Jake Paul because he has the skill set. He has the notoriety. But he can go be a Misfits heavyweight champion if he really wants. He's got the skill set. He's got the power. He's still relatively young, maybe 30-something. I like a Darren Till. Beats Chase Demoor, Misfits boxing. Jake Paul already said he's going to take a little bit of time off. He said he's been fighting for 6 years, wants to take a break. Obviously, he has to get jaw reconstruction surgery. Think if I'm Darren, I think I'm going to go whoop up Chase Demoor, get that Misfits boxing heavyweight title or whatever, air quotes. And then you parlay that to go get your real money fight with the Jake Paul. I think that makes sense. Chase did call out a Tommy Fury.
That doesn't happen. No. Tommy's trying to distance himself from the influencer boxers as his opposition. So you just wouldn't pay him any service to do that. He wouldn't be doing himself any favors, right? Lord of the Pies here, before we do this last shot. Word of the year for 2025 was slop. And that's exactly how I would describe this fight. It's going to be a long 6 weeks. It is definitely going to be a long 6 weeks. And then the Useless said, holy shit, you all's about to make so much cash. I didn't know he was fighting BKFC. Which LazyBed pointed out. Romero has a BKFC fight coming up as well, and it is against Lorenzo Hunt, folks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, should be a good one. Should be a good one. Yeah. Probably another dub for the Soldier of God. I love you, Michael. I love you. The people pay for the pay-per-view. That's why the people pay for the pay-per-view, Nano.
That's a good URL. I like it.
Thanks, brother. Mary randomly asked me to do it in the car the other day after I showed her the clip of him. She's like, do the impression. Michael, I love you.
Do the roar.
Do the roar. Do the roar.
Do it.
Do it. Dude, I used to send that gift so much. Do the roar.
Do the roar. Do it.
What movie was that? Was that Polar Express? No, what was that?
Shrek 3?
Shrek
3.
That's it, yeah. Do the roar.
Do the roar.
So good, dude. Oh, with that, folks, cheers to you. Cheers to us. Cheers to 2025 and all the fights that it had to offer. And here's to saving a lot of money on Paramount Plus in 2026. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. And if you're drinking, drink with us. Cheers.
Hello. It is going to be a long 6 weeks, y'all, but
it is.
Lord of the Pies, we're in this together, okay? You know where to go, bi-weekly. And let's all make sure we keep our tight-knit community, we keep the momentum going. And this is our time to reflect, right? We break bread with family and friends. We get to enjoy holiday festivities. So let's keep that in mind. Holly jolly time of year. Got the new year ahead of us. And then we got a whole new beginning. Paramount, like you said, big shout out to them for making it much easier on our wallets, on our freaking
trading in the fight bells for Christmas bells, baby.
Oh man, jingling, baby. Let's go.
Only less than 5 weeks to go. WMC,
That's
baby. Let's
That's
go.
perfect.
Hey, we got Risen New Year's Eve, and we have Naoya Inoue, the monster, fighting on the next big Matchroom card. That is in, what is that, Saudi Arabia, I believe, next week. So looking forward to that. That guy's an absolute phenom. We'll definitely give a little bit of coverage for that. But what we do have in the works is we're going to record an episode off air, and then we're going to post that on Christmas Eve. So If you have any insights, let us know what you'd love to see in there. As of right now, we're thinking about doing like a Santa's Christmas wish list as the fights we'd like to see and a few other things. So if you have any ideas as to where you want that episode to go or what you want to see in it, we will be taping that tomorrow evening. So you've got time, folks. Let us know in the comments below. As soon as this episode wraps up, please leave us a comment. Even if it's not on that, just leave us a comment saying Merry Christmas or whatever the fuck it is that you want to say. Let us know what you thought of the fights. And hey, if you do none of the above, that's fine too. But at the very least, please, we ask that you keep on going and that you keep on growing. We hope to see you next time. Let's go. Merry Christmas, folks.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.